Hello children, welcome to science. Today you're going to learn chemistry first lesson, separation of substances. Today you're going to learn what is pure substance and mixer, need for separation, methods of separation, hand picking method, winnowing method, sieving method, magnetic separation, sedimentation, decantation and filtration, pure substances and mixers. A pure substance is something that contains only one type of particle and is not mixed with any other substances. For example, salt or water. If salt is not mixed with any other substances, it is called pure substance. When two or more pure substances mix with each other, we call them mixers. For example, when salt is mixed with water, it is called mixer. Children, salt alone pure substance. Water alone pure substance. When they are mixed together, they are impure or mixer. Need for separation. Have you seen stones and small insects being removed from rice grains in your kitchen? Children, if muddy water is given to you and you want pure water separated, what method will you adopt? Yes, it is filtration method. Filtration method separates sand and water. Why do we separate them? Because we can't drink muddy water. Substances in its pure form can be utilized for different purposes in our day-to-day life. All the separated substances from mixer need not to be useful. Some can be even harmful. Let us study about some basic separation techniques. Methods of separation. To separate substances in a mixer, different separation methods should be implemented based on the size, solubility, density, weight, etc. Hand picking. This method of separating substances from a mixer using hand is called hand picking. This method can be used to separate substances with different colors, size, and types. For example, vegetables in different shape, size, and color can be separated by using this method. This method, no special equipments are required. We can separate them by using our hands. Next, winnowing. The process of separating a substance of lighter weight from that of a heavier weight using wind as a medium is called winnowing. Farmers used this method to remove husk from grains. They will drop the mixture of husk and grains from a height where wind is blowing. The husk is blown away by the wind as it is of a lighter weight, and the grains, which are heavier, fall down to form a heap on the ground. Children, to use this method, one part of the mixture should be heavier and another lighter. That is, when lighter and heavier particles are mixed together, we can use this method to separate them. Next, sieving. This method is used to separate the substances having different sizes. This method of separation is applied on the substances which are very small in size. When the substances are small, we can't separate them with our hand. A sieve is a wire mesh with minute holes fitted tightly in a frame. It will allow only those particles that are smaller than the hole in the mesh to pass through, and the bigger particles stay on the sieve. You would have seen such sieves used in the kitchen to separate flour from bigger impurities. Next, magnetic separation. The method to separate magnetic substances from non-magnetic substances using a magnet is called magnetic separation. A mixture of iron powder or fillings and sand on a paper can be easily separated by using a magnet. The iron powder or fillings stick to the magnet while the sand remains on the paper. This method is used only when magnetic material is mixed with non-magnetic material. Let us see how insoluble solids can be separated from liquids. Sedimentation. Settling down of heavy and insoluble solid particle in a liquid is called sedimentation. The settled solid is called the sediment and the clear liquid above it's called the supernatant liquid. For example, mixture of chalk powder and water can be separated by using this method. Next, decantation. Removing the supernatant liquid by pouring it into another container carefully using a glass rod is called decantation. In this method, after the sedimentation, the clear liquid is transferred into another container. Next, filtration. In case of a mixture of fine sand and water, sedimentation and decantation may not be effective because the fine sand particles may not separated from the supernatant liquid while decanting. Here, the effective method is filtration. Filtration is the process of separating an insoluble solid from a liquid using a filter paper. Filter paper filters the unwanted things from water. It allows pure water to go down and residue to remain there. Next, evaporation method. This method is used to separate the homogeneous mixture. For example, mixture of salt and water, sugar and water. Why it is called homogeneous mixture? In salt water, salt is completely dissolved in water. When a solid is completely dissolved in water, it is called homogeneous mixture. If the water is evaporated from the mixture, the solid will be remaining. This process is called evaporation. By using this method, we separate salt from seawater. Children, today we learned pure and mixer substances, need for separation, methods of separation. There are many methods: hand picking, winnowing, sieving, sedimentation, decantation, filtration, magnetic separation, and evaporation. With this, I conclude this lesson. See you in next class. Thank you.